Hi, my name is Angela Harvey, and I'm a professional licensed stylist in Cleveland, Ohio. During my time behind the chair, I've learned tons of tips and tricks that I definitely wish I knew before I was a hairstylist. So I've decided to start sharing them with you. No matter your skill level, I hope these videos make your life a little easier, a little less maintenance, and help you have the hair you've always wanted. Hey y'all, come do a blowout with me. As you can see, my hair is already kind of dry. This is my secret to a good blowout without killing my arms and shoulders, and this is what I do on my clients as well. I get my hair to the point where it's just a little damp. I've already put my products in at this point, and I'll show you what I used a little bit later on. Then I section my hair off to get ready to use the brush and the blow dryer at the same time, which makes your life a lot easier when you're not blow drying from sopping wet hair. I have a shorter shag haircut right now, so I realize a lot of you will have more hair, some less, some shorter, some longer, but the same basic principles still apply. Section off the hair and get ready to go. So here's what I used on my hair: the Boosta shampoo and the K18 leave-in hair mask. That's for repair and ultimate softness. Then I use the 7 seconds detangler, the Elevate mousse, and the volumizing spray. These are all from Unite, which is a brand I carry in salon. And I totally had a video of me using all these products and showing you how I use them, and then I deleted them, so that's fun. Here I am taking my ceramic barrel medium-sized round brush. I'm heating it up because the ceramic barrel gets hot, and that's what helps form the curls. So I use that wider nozzle, also known as a concentrator, to get my hair damp. And now I'm using the skinnier, more directed flow concentrator to put the air exactly where I want it and not have it blowing around all crazy. So do you see the height of the barrel of my round brush? I'm taking it kind of straight out 90 degrees from my head. And the whole point of this is volume. So if you want a ton of volume, you hold it up higher. If you don't want volume, which who in the heck doesn't want volume, you don't. Ooh, and look at that nice bounce. I'm so proud of myself. So at this point, honestly, I kind of do the same thing all the way around this section of my head. I'm keeping my brush constantly moving. You see I'm kind of rotating my fingers, rotating the barrel, and I'm also, very importantly, keeping my hair dryer moving. I'm never really wanting to keep it touching the hair. I don't want my hair to burn. I did use a heat protectant, which honestly I think is the most important product you can have in the arsenal of all of your hair products. So in this video, if you remember back to the products that I showed you, the 7 seconds detangler is my heat protectant. So the back of the hair is definitely the hardest. It's hardest for me, and I've been doing hair for quite a while. It's also extremely hard to do on yourself. My tip for this is to not try to watch yourself in the mirror. The minute you try to watch yourself in the mirror, you get confused as to which way your hands go, how you're holding everything. So just try to imagine it in your mind's eye. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's what I do. I imagine the section, I imagine the hair rolling around my brush, and I imagine how far away I need the hair dryer. And obviously you can touch the hair dryer to the brush. Just try not to let it linger for too long, so again, you don't burn your hair. Oh wow. Dork alert. So now I'm pretty much done with this section. I think I have one little piece of hair that I neglected, but that's okay. So now I'm taking the Le Play hairspray from Unite, and I'm going to spray this section. And it's important because as this section is going to cool down, it's going to kind of cement the shape. So I'm adding a little hairspray to further hold, especially because I know that I have fine hair, and finer hair can kind of fall quicker than someone who has a little bit more of like a cottony or a wool texture to their hair. Other products that I used are also going to help my fine hair hold this blowout longer. So the mousse that I use is going to help give it some texture and hold. And also the volumizing spray gives a really nice texture to fine hair to hold the style that you want. So moving on to the second section of my hair, and as you can see, I'm like almost done because I don't have a ton of hair. So if you have thicker hair, you might have more sections. If you have thinner hair, you might do 2 sections. That's totally fine. Whatever your hair is, embrace it, love it. I know that's easier said than done, but most of my clients that end up embracing their natural texture or style or whatever your hair wants to do end up being so much happier than if they're constantly trying to fight it. Ooh, another lovely curl there as we move towards blowout perfection. So, using the same principles with my round brush, with my blow dryer, keeping things moving, securing the hair around the barrel of the brush. That is definitely very warm at this point. That's the nice thing about ceramic is it holds heat, so it's going to allow you to form those kind of bouncy curls at the end of your hair. Okay, so hopefully by this point you're getting the gist. We're holding the brush out 90 degrees. We're keeping that hair wrapping around the barrel to form the curl. We're holding the hair dryer nice and close, always pointing down so that you don't get any crazy flyaways. Yeah, I have no idea how the back of my hair looks at this point. I'm hoping it looks great. And honestly, if it doesn't, who can see the back of their head? Who's judging the back of your head? Don't be friends with them if they're judging the back of your head. But in serious, there are other ways to fix it if you're not a great blow dryer for the back of your hair. So again, going in with the hairspray, try not to get it in your eyes. I learned that the hard way. And this holds while the curl, the blowout, is cooling. And now we're on to the most important part of the blowout. Honestly, this is pretty much the only section that really matters. So say you have like 10 minutes in the morning for your hair and you've slipped on your hair and it kind of looks crazy from the night before. If you just did this section, we call this like the crown section of the hair, your hair will look amazing for that day. And you really, you only spent 10 minutes on it. So I'm showing you there that I'm taking a horizontal section across the top of my head, and I will continue this like horizontal step forward for each section. So instead of holding it out 90 degrees, which actually this is technically 90 degrees off the top of your hair, I'm holding it straight up. I feel like saying straight up is easier to understand than bringing back geometry from high school or, whenever we learn that. So, okay, I'm about to do something kind of important. This is the Cool Shot button on my Dyson professional hair dryer, and it's kind of self-explanatory. It shoots out cool air. So after I've done the hot air and I've gotten it to the level of dryness that it needs to be, I'm going to hit that section with the cool air. And the cool air just helps, again, set the blowout. So it's setting that style. And now I'm taking another horizontal, look at that nice white scalp section, and clipping away the hair that is still damp. Are you still with me? We only have literally 2 sections to go. If you have thick hair, you're probably still doing this, and I'm sorry, but you also probably have beautiful hair, so I'm not that sorry. Okay, so I'm going to pull these 2 sections forward. So I'm over directing them. I'm not directing them straight up, I'm directing them forward. And I'm going to continue to wrap that hair around the barrel of my brush while I hit it with hot air. And then once I regroup and get all that hair back on, because clearly it didn't want to hang out for very long, I'm going to continue. And then hopefully I remember to cool shot it. Oh, there we go. So I'm cool shotting, and it takes a minute to cool down. So that's why you see me testing it on my arm. Once it's nice and cool, I'm going to run that over the hair, hold it in for an extra second, and then I'll release the hair back. Oh my goodness, one more section to go. Look at that volume on that. See, that's why I pull it forward. Do you see that volume on that section we just did? I pull it forward. Oh my gosh, I'm a liar. There's 3 more sections. Oh well. But I pull it forward like that for ultimate maximum volume. So you can do your entire blowout like that, literally pulling each section straight up. If you want crazy volume, and maybe you do. So heating up this section. Oh, and I am already getting to the cool shot, probably because I don't have a lot of hair at this point, so it doesn't take too long for it to dry. And at this point, I've done the entire blowout, so this hair at the top is probably dry, if I'm being completely honest. But look at that, the volume, my goodness. So the last section here, I'm going to do towards my face. You saw me wrap the hair and all the other sections away. This section is going towards, or like down across my face. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is kind of a 90s bouncy blowout. So if I want this front to be super bouncy and lay really bouncy away from my face, I'm going to blow dry it forward. And you'll see that in a minute here. After I blow out my hair. Oh, I'm all kinds of silly here today. So spraying hairspray for that last section. Look at the volume. My goodness. I love it. I usually do not ever have this much volume in my hair. And I'm not going to lie, this blowout for me lasted well beyond the day. So this is at the beginning of my day of work. It lasted through this day of work and then well into the next day. And see, look, the back of my hair, it doesn't look bad. I'm not going to judge it. Hopefully you don't judge it. We can be friends. Everything's good. But look at that. I mean, there's your 90s inspired kind of curled ends, big volume blowout. I'm going to link my online store in the description so that if you need products or you know someone in need, you can grab them. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's my first time. I certainly enjoyed spending time with you. Hopefully you enjoy the look. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and hopefully I'll be back at you very soon with another tutorial. Bye.